Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So this will be a spoiler review for Men. I did a trailer reaction for this movie, and I was really pumped for it. It's directed by Alex Garland, written by Alex Garland. He also made Ex Machina and Annihilation. I think Ex Machina is pretty close to a masterpiece, so I went into this movie with some high expectations, but was looking for a very good horror movie with maybe some religious allegory about toxic masculinity, right? You know, I kind of knew going into this movie that the message was probably going to be that men are bad or men are toxic in some sort of way, right? And me personally, I usually put my political opinions aside, or any usually opinion aside, to see a movie at face value, and I absorb their message, and I just, rate the movie and judge the movie based on what they show me. And for this movie, I just saw the glaring theme that men are exploitive, they make women feel guilty, we're destructive, and it's a vicious cycle. And it just felt like a super distracting theme for the duration of this movie. On a technical level, I would say that the sound impressed me, but the cinematography wasn't astounding. There's no shots that really made me think it was that impressive. The performances were good by the woman who was also in I'm Thinking of Ending Things. I thought she was good. The performance felt hollow. I'm not going to lie. It felt very empty. Same with the script. The script felt empty as well. Felt super basic. The story is pretty much just she goes into this, place to get away from the guilt of her boyfriend killing himself, and she just needs to take a mental break away from everything, right? And she goes to this town where her landlord and everyone else in the town, which is all men, they all have the same face, played by the same actor, and I would say that actor's performance wasn't anything too good. When you look at James McAvoy in Split as he plays different personalities, that's impressive. I was hoping to get not a similar performance. That's a very good performance. That's hard to replicate. But I was hoping to get a good performance as another actor is playing a similar role in which he has to play multiple roles, multiple characters. And all the characters were just the same, which plays into the theme, I think, that all men are the same. I think that's like what the director's trying to get at. If you have every single man in the town with the same face, I would think your message is sort of like all men are the same, and they all had similar personalities. They all had each other's back. When another man would do something bad or something he wasn't supposed to do, the cop man would be like, he's okay. We had to let him go because of certain circumstances. And then the woman is sitting there like, what do you mean? So the whole movie felt like a repetitive cycle of reiterating the same message that men are bad. Now, if we really dive deep into it, you can take a lot out of it in terms of that message. You can say that men make women feel guilty. We're very destructive. We're exploitive. We blame women for certain things that our own subconscious does. Which, listen, me saying that, I'm not saying that all men do that. I'm saying that's what the movie's trying to tell us. And for me as a guy, I might be biased. I was kind of angry watching this movie. I felt like it was dumb. And I've seen certain movies where the message might be that men are bad or men are stupid. If you look at Promising Young Woman, the message might be that men are bad. But I think that's a great movie. I think it's phenomenally acted. I think it's got some good points in there that's not all men are bad. There are obviously some good men and but the bad ones deserve to be punished. And I thought it was a very good movie. For this one, I just felt like there was no redeeming qualities for that theme. It just felt like it was just shoved in your face. Look at all these men. Look at how, look at all the weird stuff they're doing. Look at how, they're going after this woman who's so vulnerable, and we're putting all this guilt on her. How could we do this for her as she runs away? And it just felt super, like I said, distracting and just, pushed in my face. Where, I don't really want to hear that message, That just might be me, biased as a man. Some woman might rally behind this movie and think that what they're saying is right. And I just felt like by the end, it just felt like such an empty, hollow message that I just couldn't resonate with. I couldn't get behind. I thought it was really dumb. And even like I said, on a technical level, I thought it was fine. I didn't think it was great in terms of cinematography, performances. Thought the sound was good. The music was good. But everything else didn't impress me too much. And then I was hoping for a scary movie. I went to this movie sort of anxious because I've never seen a scary movie alone in the theaters. I've seen scary movies in theaters. I've seen scary movies alone in my house. But going to the theaters to see a horror movie by yourself is sort of intimidating, right? So I went to the theater. It's pretty much fully empty. So like a battened down theater. So I felt vulnerable. I was going in, I'm like anxious. I'm like, this movie's gonna scare the hell out of me, and I was sort of excited but like nervous. And the scares were just either cheap, predictable, like all these stuff. Like as a horror fan, like stuff's coming about like at any second, like what's about to happen, like either a jump scare, like so it felt super predictable. And then a lot of it we saw in the trailer, you know. So as a horror fan, I didn't get anything out of it either. I just thought like it was just went around in circles, reiterating the same message. She's just interacting with all these different men with the same face, which she doesn't recognize, which already makes it feel silly as the audience. It's like, okay, we recognize all these men have the same faces, but she doesn't even acknowledge it. So it comes off as silly for me. So it's sort of like she just interacts with all these different men, and in some way they're reiterating the message that, we're going after this woman. We're going to, make her feel crazy and vulnerable, like I said. And like there's a priest, and, I was hoping for more of a religious allegory. I really was. And it might be in there. There's definitely spots, especially towards the end and the beginning, even the trailer when she eats the fruit. I thought maybe like men are like mad at women about Eve eating the forbidden fruit, which is the story and in the Bible. And they just didn't dive into that as much as I wanted to. I thought that could be like a good synopsis or a good, starting point for the movie. I feel like it just went way into like the simple route of just saying that men are bad. And that's all I got out of it. And then subcategories of men are bad by, guilty, destructive, exploitive, and making women feel bad. Which, it's probably true, but it's just like you could have done it in like a much better way. And especially from Alex Garland, who is, I think, is a magnificent writer. I just felt like it was so lazy here. And it was boring too. I have to say, even 20 minutes in, I wasn't snoozing, but I was tired. I was like literally going like this, kind of closing my eyes, trying to keep it open. I even had a beer and it couldn't even keep me awake. So honestly, I just did not enjoy this, and I went into it I wanted to enjoy it. I love A24, did trailer reaction. The movie actually looks scary in the trailer. I was so hyped for this, and I walk away not liking it. So very disappointed in this. My rating for the movie is a 2.2 out of 5. It just kept getting worse and worse as it went on. And I thought the ending just made it feel really hollow and empty. And I walk away from it sort of thinking that my time was wasted. I kind of wish, not that I never saw it, but that it was just a better movie. So that is just my 2 cents on it. You'll probably see some pretty mixed reviews on this, as people either agree with this message or they don't. Probably going to be all over the place. But that's just my own personal thoughts. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to like it. Please subscribe if you're new. But I will see you on the next video. Have a great rest of the day.